That level of genjutsu doesn't work on me.
Hey everyone, welcome to All Your Might.
Let's go!
Ever feel like you're stuck at the bottom rung while someone else effortlessly climbs the ladder to success? Well, buckle up, because today's video dives into a story of envy, ambition, and a truly messed up skill that might just change everything. This is the tale of a nobody who craved the power of a legend, and the bizarre twist of fate that answered his wish.
Let's jump in. Chapter 1.
The scene opens with breaking news broadcasted live from Babylon. A reporter announces the Black Dragon Guild's audacious attempt to conquer the tower's 40th floor. They were confident, boasting about showcasing their elite skills. However, their attempt met with defeat, marking yet another failed attempt at conquering the floor. The reason for their failure becomes evident: the intervention of the #1 ranked hunter. This enigmatic figure single-handedly defeated the floor boss, displaying immense power. He remains indifferent to the reporters swarming him for an interview. The reporter elaborates that since the tower's emergence, Mr. Flame Emperor stands alone as the only conqueror to have defeated a boss solo. This revelation ignites anger within the Flame Emperor, who snatches the reporter's microphone and demands to be addressed by his real name, discarding the Flame Emperor moniker. We cut to the main character's room, where he sits lifelessly before a laptop screen, consumed by envy towards the Flame Emperor. A live broadcast plays, showcasing the Flame Emperor arrogantly declaring his intent to torture whoever bestowed upon him the Flame Emperor title. This resonates with the main character's desire for unfiltered expression. Scrolling through the livestream comments, we see mixed reactions to the Flame Emperor's attitude. The main character, however, remains fixated on a single thought: I want to be just like him. He believes the Flame Emperor embodies the ideal protagonist, a powerful figure unburdened by societal constraints. The reporter redirects the Flame Emperor's attention by asking him to offer words of wisdom to aspiring hunters. The Flame Emperor, ever arrogant, delivers a chilling message: those who will succeed, but don't you dare get in my way. Even if you do, I'll kill you. Witnessing this display of dominance, the main character questions the morality of such disregard for others. He mourns his own lack of talent, lamenting his position as a lowly F-rank hunter with no skills to his name. Consumed by envy, he desperately yearns for the Flame Emperor's power. In a moment of epiphany, a thought strikes him: what if I could possess his skills? Suddenly, a blinding golden light fills the room, a spectacle he's only witnessed countless times in videos. The live stream abruptly ends, coinciding with the appearance of the light. The main character speculates that the light might be a skill card, a coveted item granting powerful abilities. As the light fades, a game panel materializes before him, displaying the iconic interface of the tower. A message appears, awarding him the achievement: an unprecedented envy of historic proportions. Bewildered, he contemplates the uniqueness of this achievement compared to the ones he's seen others receive. The tower continues, seemingly praising him for his achievement. Despite the peculiarity, he recognizes this as the opportunity he's been waiting for. The golden card signifies an S-rank skill, the most coveted tier. Without hesitation, he reaches for the card, initiating the skill generation process. The system generates a skill named I Want to Become Like You, boasting an S+ rank. As he delves into the skill's description, a horrifying truth unfolds. The skill allows him to copy another skill, but only upon his death. Tears well up in his eyes as the devastating catch dawns on him. He screams in anguish, questioning the cruel irony of the situation. What kind of skill is this?
Chapter 2.
One day, a colossal tower materialized on Earth, visible from anywhere on the planet. Those with nothing left to lose were the first to enter, encountering floors teeming with otherworldly monsters. A select few received skills upon being chosen by the tower. Whispers of this phenomenon attracted hopefuls who flocked to the tower, becoming monster hunters. Inside a tower shop, a TV broadcasts a live stream buzzing about the Flame Emperor. The speaker, recalling seeing him on the battlefield, compares his fiery spear-wielding prowess to the destructive Hindu god Shiva. The protagonist, MC, asks the shopkeeper to change the channel, but the shopkeeper, captivated by the discussion, inquires if the MC dislikes the Flame Emperor. The MC clarifies that isn't the case. His life feels insignificant and miserable compared to him. The shopkeeper, mistaking him for a loiterer, dismisses him. However, the MC reveals he acquired an S+ rank skill yesterday, but using it would be certain death, hence his reason for not reporting it to the Hunter Association. He expresses his disgust at the prospect of calling such a dangerous ability his skill. The shopkeeper, disgusted himself, tells the MC to take his act outside. Venturing outside, the MC stumbles upon a tense confrontation between the Flame Emperor and a Saintess. He eavesdrops, learning that the Flame Emperor accuses the Saintess of attempting to poison him with Basilisk's stomach acid. So, he poisoned her drink and he throws the remaining poison bottle to the ground, claiming he discovered the plot thanks to his skill. The Saintess pleads for the misunderstanding, offering to team up and explain everything. The MC, observing from a corner, is bewildered by their hostile dynamic. Where's the romance? He thinks, questioning if this is how couples communicate. The situation escalates as the Flame Emperor grabs the Saintess by the neck, dictating the terms of their conversation. He threatens to kill her if she lies, claiming his lie detection skill ensures honesty. He offers an antidote in exchange for the truth. Who ordered the assassination? She admits, with a fearful nod, that it was someone from the Black Dragon. The MC, shocked by the revelation of the Flame Emperor's ruthlessness, deems him a murderer and psychopath rather than a hero. Panicked, the MC runs. The noise alerts the Flame Emperor, who refers to him as a rat. The MC, realizing that Saintess isn't the first victim, wonders how many others met this fate. He pleads for his life, but the Flame Emperor demands an explanation for his flight. The MC's pleas are met with further questions about what he witnessed. The MC denies seeing anything, but the Flame Emperor calls him out for the lie. He explains that only a fool would believe a rat. Desperate for mercy, the MC offers silence in exchange for his life. The Flame Emperor, comparing him to the Saintess, orders him to confess. The MC, recognizing the Flame Emperor as a demon, reveals his suspicions about a lie detection skill confirming his innocence. However, the Flame Emperor dismisses the notion. The MC questions the lack of evidence for the Saintess' guilt, but the Flame Emperor maintains that she intended to kill him. He justifies the slaying as a preemptive measure, claiming that he has his way and it allows him to know the truth. Surprisingly, the Flame Emperor deems the MC innocent based on his lie detector skill. Grateful, the MC thanks him. However, the Flame Emperor states he still witnessed everything and condemns him to death. He reveals his name as Yu Suha and bids farewell. The MC's name is then revealed to be Kim Gongja. He recalls his headmaster's words about achieving greatness and expresses his desperate will to live. As he pleads, the system notifies him of his death, triggering a skill activation. Due to his demise, the skill requirement is fulfilled, allowing him to copy Yu Suha's skill completely. Skill cards are created, and among them, the MC notices a golden card once again. The system prompts him to select a skill card. The MC yearns for a second chance, a single opportunity. He reaches for the card, and the system confirms the selection and skill copying process. In a flash, Gongja opens his eyes to the same news report from yesterday. Bewildered, he realizes he's back in bed on the same day. The revelation leaves him shocked and disoriented.
Chapter 3.
Gongja blinks, confusion clouding his mind.
When did he return home?
A glance at the live stream sends a jolt through him. It's the same one he saw yesterday. The events with the Flame Emperor and the skill selection card flash before his eyes. It wasn't a dream. It was now, just as the system announced his death. His hand shoots out, reaching for the skill card. With a trembling finger, he opens it. 2 cards reside inside. One, his useless rare skill. The other, shock overwhelms him. It can't be true. He copied the Flame Emperor's skill, Returner's Clockwork Watch. An EX rank ability. The effects are staggering. Upon death, he'll be sent back 24 hours with all memories and abilities intact. There are penalties as he levels up, but that's secondary right now. He grasps the situation. A time loop, 24 hours back with everything. Return, he whispers, the weight of this legendary power settling upon him. He knows why the Flame Emperor killed the Saintess. She would have poisoned him tomorrow. An innocent victim of a twisted game. On the screen, the reporters ask the Flame Emperor for a message to his fans. His chilling response echoes. Those who will succeed, but don't get in my way even if you do, or you'll die. Gongja clenches his fists. This time, he'll challenge that threat. A scream about fire erupts. Rushing outside, Gongja witnesses a chaotic scene. People scramble to extinguish the flames. This city, he explains, isn't like the outside world. It's a hunter haven built for tower aspirants. He races towards the fire, a chilling realization dawning. It's the same time he was drinking. The Flame Emperor must have set the fire to cover his tracks. Helpers gather, using water-based skills to combat the blaze. The Black Dragon Guild leader, the Black Witch, coordinates the effort, assuming temporary control to prevent casualties. This city, with its many names, Babylon, First Floor City, Lantern City, is a one-way ticket in, you enter and never leave. Hunters arrive, searching for the Saintess. Rankers discuss her recent closeness to the Flame Emperor. One expresses a bad feeling about him. Just then, the Flame Emperor himself enters, arrogantly demanding who dared play with fire without his permission. Gongja burns with anger as others welcome him. Rankers ask for his help, but the Flame Emperor demands compensation. That psychopath asking for a reward to put out the fire he started. Gongja seethes, the only one who knows the truth. Everyone believes he'll be praised for his good deeds. Who cares about his personality? One hunter mutters. Everyone knows he's a bit eccentric. Gongja, consumed by the urge to kill the Flame Emperor, charges towards the blaze. Bystanders try to stop him. Hunters prioritize slaying monsters, regardless of methods. Get a hold of yourself, they cry. But Gongja throws himself into the fire, consumed by rage. That monster deserves to die. The familiar system screen reappears. You have died. It continues, returning 24 hours prior. He wakes up to the same scene, the same news stream. Relief washes over him. The skill works. His F-rank hunter ranking displays. Another message flashes. No penalty for using this skill. Perhaps because he's just a rookie. He knows killing the Flame Emperor now is a fool's errand. Even with luck, the bastard would just rewind time. But a memory sparks. An interview where the Flame Emperor reveals his awakening date. 11 years ago on his 21st birthday, June 7th. That's 4,090 days from today. A single solution forms in his mind. Die 40-90 times, one by one, until the Flame Emperor hasn't even awakened yet. A grim determination sets in. Every death is a painful process, but by the final day, a dark satisfaction replaces the pain. He embraces the final death, a single thought echoing in his mind. This time, the Flame Emperor won't escape. Chapter 4. In his room, Gongja lies down on the floor, listening to the ticking clock. A cruel smile spreads across his face. His plan is working. He's come back in time before the legend of the Flame Emperor even began. On top of the 4,090 planned deaths, countless more were spent resting and strategizing. He endured these trials to ensure a legacy free of the demon's shadow. Now, the hunt for the Flame Emperor begins. Reaching his future nemesis' apartment, Gongja observes him through the window. Mimicking the Flame Emperor's every word, meticulously practiced through 10 repeated days, is crucial for his plan. He details the Flame Emperor's routine. A 9 a.m. wake-up, followed by leaving the F-rank hunter apartment complex. Aiming for a 3 p.m. workday, he hunts slime monsters on the second floor, clearly disgusted by the routine. Witnessing this, Gongja reflects on the typical life of a 21-year-old F-rank hunter. Yearning for a life change, a future the Flame Emperor won't have. By 5:30 p.m., Yu Su-ha, the future Flame Emperor, ventures into a higher difficulty area usually avoided by beginners. Gongja knows the next 36 minutes like the back of his hand. They'll be alone. Here, Gongja creates a facade. Pretending to be a wounded hunter after a wolf attack, he approaches the Flame Emperor for help. Panic fuels his act, but the Flame Emperor remains unmoved. He questions whether Gongja has touched any nearby monsters, a condition for receiving a healing potion. Gongja pleads, but the Flame Emperor refuses, claiming he wouldn't waste a potion on someone who can't even meet their quota. A haggling ensues. The price for the potion escalates from 20 gold to 40, then a demand for everything Gongja possesses. The exchange confirms Gongja's suspicions about the Flame Emperor's true nature. This moment of desperation reveals a ruthless opportunist. With a snide remark about Gongja's poverty, only 60 gold, the Flame Emperor snatches his wallet. He justifies his imminent murder by claiming it prevents future revenge, a life free of regret. However, Gongja embraces this regret, the regret of killing an innocent person. His weapon flashes, slicing down the Flame Emperor. He fears something might trigger an awakening during death, so he ensures the kill is complete. Looking back on the 4,090 days, Gongja notices an oddity. In all his deaths, the Flame Emperor kept repeating his real name, Yu Su-ha. He realizes something chilling. During those 4,090 days, the Flame Emperor was putting on a knight in shining armor act. After hurting countless people, he stopped speaking, consumed by an unknown darkness. Seizing the opportunity, Gongja addresses the nearby monsters. "Do you want to eat this guy?" he asks, pointing to the Flame Emperor's corpse. He walks away a safe distance before retrieving hidden supplies for a wardrobe change. Returning to the first floor, an approaching security guard raises a brief alarm, but Gongja passes unnoticed. Finally, it's over. No one knows the truth. The news flashes on TV, reporting another failed raid on the 10th floor. The Sword King, the #1 ranked hunter, is absent again, stirring criticisms about his diminishing presence. In a bar, Gongja allows himself a moment of peace. The repulsive Flame Emperor is gone from the world. He checks his hunter abilities page, pleased with his precise skills. He reminds himself not to get greedy. Chasing too much might turn him into a monster himself. Thoughts race through his mind. How can he best utilize his abilities? But before he can delve deeper, a peculiar sight catches his eye. A strange old man walks into the bar, asking for a glass of milk. Gongja can't help but wonder, who is this oddity, and why does he seem vaguely familiar? Suddenly, a realization dawns on him. It's the first-ranked hunter, the Sword King himself, from the news report.
Chapter 5.
It's been a while since the legendary Sword King, Marcus Callenberry, disappeared. Gongja had almost forgotten about him. Until, of course, the rise of the Flame Emperor. Now, the Flame Emperor undeniably holds the top rank, but Gongja can't help but think about the Sword King's past glory. Driven by the desire for a powerful offensive skill, Gongja contemplates a daring plan. He realizes if he dies by the Sword King's hand, he could potentially acquire the previous era's #1 skill. After all, death seems like a small price for such an ability. His research on the Sword King yields little useful information. Most comments paint him as an enigmatic figure, prone to muttering to himself. Suddenly, a chilling message appears. A warning not to mention the Sword King's granddaughter. Apparently, such a remark cost another hunter their life. Intrigued, Gongja decides to test this theory. He follows the Sword King out of a bar, captivated by the mystery surrounding this former top ranker. He wonders what kind of skill the Sword King possesses, especially compared to the Flame Emperor's incredible EX rank ability.
Could it be even more potent? The thought excites him.
The Sword King, however, seems to notice him. He warns Gongja that their location offers little privacy. Gongja apologizes, attempting to explain his presence as a mere request. The Sword King scoffs, misinterpreting Gongja's actions as an assassination attempt. "You're playing a good part," the Sword King mocks, referring to Gongja's seemingly unarmed state. Just what you'd expect from a first-rate assassin. Gongja, relieved he doesn't need further provocation, apologizes again, claiming confusion. However, the Sword King reveals a terrifying truth. A skill that detects the number of human lives a person has taken. This confirms Gongja's suspicions. The Sword King is no ordinary man. In his panic, Gongja tries to explain his actions, but the Sword King views him solely as a ruthless murderer. Despite Gongja swearing on his life, the Sword King remains unconvinced. "For a demon like you, to value your own life," he scoffs, admitting his own past is far from spotless but pales in comparison to the darkness he sees in Gongja. Gongja insists he's only killed one person, but the truth hangs heavy above his head, a number displaying 4091. The shocking realization dawns on him. All his previous deaths in order to take the Kill Flame Emperor head, his desperate attempts to gain power, have branded him in the Sword King's eyes as a legendary assassin. Misinterpreting Gongja's silence, the Sword King accuses him of being sent by the Black Dragon Witch. It's clear that acquiring the Sword King's skill is no longer an option. Gongja flees for his life, realizing the Sword King will always perceive him as a threat, regardless of time manipulation. The Sword King vows to end Gongja's life at every opportunity, convinced he's dealing with a demon.